Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review of my LandYachtz Evo. This is the second longboard I've had. The first one I had was just some piece of crap, Sector 9, that Justin has now. He said he's probably going to end up getting a board soon. He just got into longboarding. So, this is my board. I got the LandYachtz Evo 2011. I got the green fly trap one. And I got it set up with, you know what, hold on, I'll get to that later. First thing, the most important thing about this board, if you're going to get this board, put good stuff on it. Do not set it up with crap. Pretty much setting this board up, this board is a performance board. It's supposed to be it's meant to race. It's supposed to go fast. And if you put crappy stuff on this board, like my stuff on here right now isn't the greatest, but it's not complete crap. If you put crappy stuff on this board, it's like taking a Ferrari, ripping the engine out of it, and taking a freaking Ford and just throwing that engine in there. It's just stupid. So if you're going to buy this board, save up until you have enough to put a good bit into it, because you don't want to get a good board and then have stuff that can't perform equally well to it. Okay, so let me just go over the specs of it. The length overall is 41 inches. That's from the nose to the tail. This is the nose, this is the tail. The width at its widest point, which is right here, where your front foot goes, right across like that, is 10 inches, and then it kind of slides back because your back foot shouldn't be across it. It should be more up on this. Because in your stance, you're going to be standing like this. Have your front foot across and your back foot up like that. So you really don't need it to be wide at the back. Plus, to get it to slide out, you need to be able to put your foot in this little pocket right here. But we'll get to that later. The wheelbase is 35 3/4 inches, which is from right here to right here. And that's just gonna, the longer the wheelbase, the more stable it's going to be when you're doing downhill, which is going to make you not get speed wobbles, be able to go faster, maintain higher speeds without getting speed wobbles, which is, if you don't know what speed wobbles is, when you're going so fast and your board starts wobbling back and forth like that, finally just gets so out of control that you just pretty much fall off if you can't recover from it. Third thing is, this board is made from 12 plies of Canadian maple. 11 plies, my bad. 11 plies. This board is, there's not even something to compare it to. This board is insanely tough. This board is 11 plies. Most other longboards are like 9, I don't even know. But I can tell you they're not 11 plies. This board has no flex at all because it's 11 plies. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Oh, my little flex test here. I weigh 130 pounds, around there, and it has no flex, as you can tell. This board has some insane concave to keep your feet locked in, because when you're going at really high rates of speed, you want to feel secure. You want to feel your feet being locked in and that they cannot move off the board. Some people don't like the concave. I don't know why. It's probably just because they're not used to it. But it gets a little bit like, the concave is a W concave. To tell you the truth, I really don't know what that means. But that's what it is. But the concave gets a little more steep as it goes to the back. The ridges come up more, because you're going to slide out from the back more, and when you want to slow down to go into a turn, you want your back foot to be locked in so you can slide out and throw it out. It's also got these little pockets right here that, that's what I always put my foot on. Put my foot in this little pocket right here, just throw it out from there. But it's all personal preference. This board is built for racing. It's built for high speeds. It has a 2-inch drop, which, for you who don't know that, A 2-inch drop is going to lower your board to the ground, obviously, and it's going to make you more stable at high speeds because your center of gravity is lower. And just, really, there's nothing more to explain on that. The board's weight, mine weighs about like, I think 11 pounds or something like that, somewhere around there. My shipping weight was 12 pounds, so I'm taking off for the box and stuff, but this board is going to carry its weight through turns. Having a board this heavy, when you're racing and you have a sharp turn or something, when you come out of that turn, you don't want to be starting off slow again. You want your board to carry its momentum through there so you can get ahead of everybody else and actually win. So this board does a great job with that because of how much it weighs. And the board being so low to the ground makes it easier to push because your foot has to travel less distance to get to the ground. It just makes your pushing rate a lot faster because you don't have to reach all the way down there, and it makes it a lot easier to foot brake because when you're foot braking, you don't have to reach down too far and get off balance when you have to go back up. So you just have a tiny little bit of space to move in between. So it makes it a lot easier to foot brake. One of the greatest things I love about this board. This board, it's been the only board I've actually done some really fast speeds on. I mean, there was one that I made, but it was a piece of crap. It was just some pintail I made in the garage. The fastest I did on that was probably like 25, if that. But this board, I've done 40 to 45. Don't know the exact speed, but it's somewhere around there. And this board is just perfect. I've never had any problems with it except for the first run I ever took down the hill. And there was a bridge at the bottom of the hill that I didn't know about because I'd never ridden it before. And no one told me where the soft spots were. And I went over the roughest part. And I have some semi-hard wheels on here. They're 83A. So I can still get grip when I need to. But I went over the roughest part. And my board started skating behind me. Did that. And it threw me off, and I bounced and slid for probably about 15-20 feet. Tyler was right behind me when it happened. It wasn't fun. The chin of my helmet's all jacked up. If I didn't have that on, then I would be screwed. If you're going to get this board, invest in one of these. Don't be an idiot. This board, you're not going to be able to free ride with it. There is no nose. I have to put all my weight on it just to get the back to lift up. And there is no tail. You might get it to manual, but you're not doing free riding on this. You're not going to be able to pop it up to do tricks. And flipping this board around isn't going to be that easy anyways because it weighs a lot. This board, it would be okay for cruising, mostly just because how low it is to the ground. But if you're going to be in the city and stuff, I would not recommend it because this board is so low. Every single time I go over a curb, I did this just last weekend. This scratch right here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll pull up the camera real quick. That scratch right there was just from a curb. All the scratches on my board are from curbs. That's why I would suggest you getting some bigger wheels if you're going to get this board because you're going to end up scratching it because it's that low. This board sits insanely low to the ground. I wouldn't buy this board if you wanted to carve either because carving boards are always going to be leveled out. This board has a D-wedge in the back and a wedge in the front. The wedge is in the front, so it makes it more turny from the front and less turny from the back. So it steers more like a car, it's more predictable and stuff like that. So if you're going to carve, this wouldn't really work. I mean, you could do it, but it's not going to be something that you really want. It's not going to be what you'd expect from a carving board. This is more of a downhill board, like I said before. And like I said before, this board, it's going to last you a long time. It's not just going to break randomly. It's going to take a lot of force to break this thing. And if you do get scratches on the board, don't worry. The board's going to be fine. Just don't try and don't purposely try and scratch it. No, that sounds stupid, but there's got to be somebody out there to try it. But it won't affect it at all. This board is built to last. It's 11 plies. My setup right now, I'm wanting to change it. I have some Randall 180s with, I think, 45-degree hangers. 45, yeah. They have 50-degree base plates. God, I cannot talk. 50-degree base plates, but I flipped them, so it's 45 now. I have some 75mm big zigs, which I'm hoping to switch out soon because they're too small for me, and I want a bigger wheel because it'll help me carry momentum, get faster speeds. I'm hoping for some 85mm or 90s, and I want the board to sit up a little bit higher so I can not worry about going over curves and stuff. And also bigger wheels are going to give you a smoother ride, which this board has no flex, so you can feel everything in the road. So you're going to want some bigger wheels so your feet don't go numb when you're riding it. Trucks. Trucks are probably one of the most important parts of downhill. If you can get precision trucks, even hybrids, do it. I'm hoping to get some Bayer hybrids with probably 40-degree base plates. I don't know. Still trying to decide. But if you can get precision trucks, do it. It's something that you will not go wrong with. Because precision trucks are going to last you. They're not going to wear out like these things. Get good bushings. I rode the stock Randall bushings on these, which are a one-size-fits-all. That was the worst thing ever. Finally, I caved in and I got some Venom eliminators. I got 93A board side and 90A roadside. The difference it made in my board was phenomenal. It probably was the greatest thing I've ever done for any of my boards ever. If you're going to get bushings, go ahead and get the Venoms because they fit the Randalls the best, and get Jim Z's if you're going to be riding Bear trucks. I don't really know what other trucks ride because I haven't ever ridden other trucks besides Randalls and Bears. I've only ridden Bears once. Another important thing, get good bearings. I've ridden Bones since I can't remember the last time I didn't ride Bones. But right now I have Reds in there. I thought I had Swiss because the guy I bought them from told me I had Swiss, but I don't. He lied. So I have Reds in there. They work perfectly fine, but if you're going to be doing downhill and you want as much speed as you can possibly get, I think just go ahead and get the Swiss, which is what Colin has on his Stella. And he has a 7-minute spin time on his wheels. Right now mine are probably 2. But yeah, I'd go ahead and get the Swiss. I'm probably going to be getting the Super Swiss 6 soon. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of my review for this board. Tyler, another person on our team, is getting the R5 soon, and we're going to do a review of that board after he rides it for a little while. Then we're going to do a comparison. We're going to show riding, review, riding, comparison of the Evo and the R5. And we'll show us racing down a hill. And we'll see which one wins. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe for that. Like this video if you found this to be helpful. Comment if you have any questions. Add us as a friend. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. See you guys.